You can set up an AI agent with Retell AI that can handle all the inbound call overflow, basically all the inbound calls you can't get to. So the first thing you want to do is get clear what task do you actually want it to handle. And in this example for this video, I'm going to go over an agent from a print shop, basically the prints t-shirts, business cards, because that's the one I have the most experience building, the one I have the most data from. So best example I can give. So let's get into Retell AI. So once we're in Retell AI, you signed up for an account, go to the left sidebar and you should be on the agent right after you sign up. And then in the right hand corner, you want to click conversation flow. This just allows a lot more customization and allows you to control the conversation a lot more than with multi-prompt, single prompt, the other ones. In the start, the first time you actually make an agent, I like to find one that fits the needs of what I want to achieve the closest, one of these pre-built templates, because then it's easier to kind of re-engineer, construct, kind of backwards, break it down, all that. But I'm just going to start from a blank and make a really simple one to showcase this. And I'm going to go into a more complex example a bit later down this video. So stay tuned for that, most definitely. You're in here. Up here you have your nodes. That's what the different things are called. Like the conversation node is going to be the most commonly used. Functions, maybe a little bit. Call transfer, if that's what the mission of the agent is, to transfer calls, very relevant. Dial, press dial, and logic split node. Actually, this is a new one. Haven't played too much around with that. And then all calls are also going to have like an end call or transfer call. And then over here on the right side, that's like your global settings that applies to all nodes. You can enter like a global prompt. It's a good idea just to give it some backup information. You can add a knowledge base. You can add speech settings, how responsive it is. I like to keep it so it's not like extremely responsive, because then it kind of goes and cuts people off, as I just did that, because stop. It would have cut me off right there probably. You can set up a bunch of different things in here, like certain words it should recognize more than others because that would be relevant to your specific problem that you're trying to solve. Call settings and the silence, how fast it's going to end the call. I like to pull this up just a little bit to like 0.6 or 0.8, just so otherwise you're like, why was that so fast? I get scared when that happens to me. Call analysis, security feedback, a bunch of different things, and web posts. That's also very important. We're going to connect this agent to Make, because then you're going to get an email with the exact order right after the call's finished, which makes it a lot easier. So you don't have to go into Retell AI and actually look at the call, read the transcript, all of that boring stuff. But let's get into it. So first, you want some sort of welcome node. And then you just go up here on the left bar, add a conversation node, and then you need to make sure that the transitions make sense. Like the transitions are criteria that needs to be met for you, or no, for the agent to switch to the next node, go to the next, continue on the conversation. And then you just drag the little white dot up to the next white dot, and make sure just to call these nodes something so it actually makes sense to you. You're going to understand that clearly once we go into the actual conversation for a build. I'm going to example and showcase in this video. I also like to have the agent repeat back the information, because it's text to speech and speech to text. Sometimes it misunderstands things. So just to double check that everything is correct. So yeah, this is like a very simple way to a conversation flow, and you can add like multiple transitions to guide the conversation different ways. But let's go over to a real conversation flow we're actually using for real business. So as you see over here, this is a lot more in-depth, comprehensive than the other short little system that we built. And the reason why you want to make sure the nodes have names that make sense is so you can actually find them in this list. Because if you just call them random things, it's going to be weird to find them and just be very long. Here you see, basically, greeting prompt, get their name, find out what business they want to talk to, then it either takes it to intersect.ai or print in an hour, and then it finds out what do they want printed, hoodies, hats, what do we want prints on, better words for that specific meaning, flyers, stickers, or do they have something else? Do they already have a design or they don't have a design? Then it goes up here and then it kind of finds out the same things so it can continue down the conversation, just making sure that they're going to email it to us, their design. And it just keeps on going, finding out what specific things they actually want, repeat the amount back, again, just making sure that the data is correct, and then getting the information. This was the same prompt we used in the other system that I built, the short, just little 2-node one. And then it says thank you and all of that good stuff. So let's just quickly test it. Actually, before that, let me message the team that they shouldn't mind the message that's coming in a few seconds. So the message sent, and let's actually test the agent using the voice system and the audio system. And make sure to watch this right sidebar here. You can see the text to speech and speech to text going.
Hi there. Thank you for calling Print in an Hour in Intersect AI. This is Aura speaking. How can I assist you today? May I have your name, please?
Yes, I want something printed, and the name is Matt.
Hi, Matt. Nice to talk to you. What would you like your print on? For example, shirts, hoodies, business cards, banners, or something else? And do you already have a design ready, or would you need help creating one?
Already have a design ready, and I would like my prints on one black t-shirt and one black hoodie.
Since you already have a design ready, make sure to email it to printinanhour@gmail.com.
I'll get that done right after this call.
Great, Matt. So just to confirm, you want one black t-shirt and one black hoodie printed. Could you let me know the sizes for both? And when do you need these completed by? Just a heads up, all prices are estimates and will need to be confirmed by a team member.
All good, all good. I need them by the end of the week, and both of them I need in a medium.
Got it, Matt. That's one black medium t-shirt and one black medium hoodie, needed by the end of the week. Would you like these delivered, or will you be picking them up?
I will be picking them up myself.
All right, Matt, that's one black medium t-shirt and one black medium hoodie, ready by the end of the week. Since you're picking them up, can I grab your contact number to keep you updated?
Well, now I have everything so you can also see the email that it sends later on using Make, but let's jump into Make before showcasing the email. Now we're in Make. Once you signed up for an account, all of that, then this is going to be the home page. You want to do click create new scenario if it's a new account, and you can also find your scenarios down here. And let's jump into the scenario that is connected to that agent using a webhook. So once it loads, you can see 10 seconds ago something came through. And that comes free. We're going to get into that a little bit to detail how you set up filters so you don't spam your email completely. And this is the webhook. This is basically the link that's in Retell. Global settings. And I like a global webhook just so you don't end up losing data if it gets confused and doesn't continue down the conversation flow like it's supposed to. So yeah, webhook down here. And that then sends the data to a ChatGPT module. So ChatGPT goes in, analyzes the entire transcript from the entire conversation, and basically determines, is it an AI order, is it a print order, and just gets out all the important data, transforms it into JSON, because that makes it easier to plug in later down the conversation flow using variables. And up here, I think this is, yes, this is for AI automations. So let's not look at that because that's not what we use for the example. And this is for the print orders. And this basically makes sure that if it doesn't contain certain criteria, then it doesn't get forwarded. And the same thing comes here, like call needs to be ended. The two other it sends has a different value in that specific variable, the event, where, okay, let's not call in, let's just stop it there. So you don't raised operations, spam your email. We all have enough emails anyway. We don't need any more of them. At least we don't need to create any more for ourselves. And then down here, it basically takes out all the information, items, all of the things it needs, and it gets told how you actually spell it, how it can transform it into HTML so it actually looks nice in your email, and then it sends it out by email. So that's like a very simple system, but it works very efficiently. And let's jump in so you can actually see the email. And of course, if you want to copy this system, just drop it down, drop a comment down below, and we'll send it to you. So you see up here a new email and one black t-shirt, one black hoodie, and I have the transcript down here because if the information isn't provided, sometimes it makes up stuff. Like you see, it just took that printed in our Gmail because that was the only email that was talked about in the call. So it just populated it there, which is why I like having the transcript here, because then if you see something that's abnormal, like, wait, what? That's our email. Then you can read the transcript. Okay, that's why it's not there. I should not pay attention to this. This is not important. And you just see the HTML just makes the email look so much nicer because the part that's not in HTML is the transcript, and it's just one big blah spelled out. So you actually have to pay a lot of attention and be very focused while reading it. At least I do. But that's the simple way to set up a system so you never miss a call again. And we basically just set up call forwarding from our phone. So if the phone gets a call, it just gets sent out there. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure to click subscribe so you don't miss any of our future tutorials on how to build great AI tools that's really gonna make your business reach that next level.